welcome to Engage. Over the next few weeks, we're going to be engaging in a journey where you're going to get to meet some of the members of our staff here at KUMC, and they're going to be taking you on a journey through the life of Jesus, and just hearing some different stories and how they compel us to a greater relationship with Him. So you're going to meet members of the staff, and it's going to be great. So tune in each week as we hear a different story about Jesus. Today, we're going to hear from Ellen Kent. She's our children's ministry director, and she's awesome. So here you go.
So I'm so glad that you're here with us this morning. The scripture that I'm going to be talking about this morning is Luke 10, verses 38 and through 42. And this is the story of Jesus when he went to visit Mary and Martha at their house and what happened there. But before we get into that, I just want to talk to you a little bit about kind of where we're going with this. And so I brought my cell phone, and that is the reason that I brought this is that cell phones, most of them these days, turn into cameras. And so when it becomes a camera, one of the things that I've noticed is that it'll focus on what it needs to focus on, and I just think that's the most cool thing, because you don't have to worry about that anymore. You'll notice that it will put up a little square up there when it finds a face, and it'll focus on that face, and things in the background or things that are closer up may not be quite as in focus, but it's that person in the picture that you want to focus on. And it's just so great that because you always know that it's focusing on the right thing. And I was thinking how wonderful that would be in our lives if there was this automatic thing that taught us what to focus on, the most important thing in our lives to focus on. And that's what this scripture is about today. A little bit of background on this. Mary and Martha were good friends of Jesus, and Jesus has gone to visit them, and Martha is getting the house ready for Jesus to come visit, and that sounds great. But what I would like for you to do at this time is to stop in just a moment, press pause on your computer, and go to the scripture. And again, the scripture is Luke 10, verses 38 through 42. It's a very short passage. This is something that you'll be able to do quite quickly. And then before you press pause, wait for the questions to come up on the screen. There's a few questions for you to discuss with your family at that time, and then a little bit of time after that, we'll come back and talk a little more about it. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that conversation. It's a great passage to discuss, and so I just wanted to kind of give you an example. In my situation, one of the questions you were to talk about is, are you ever like Martha? And I just want to point out that even though Martha's a woman, this certainly applies to men and kids and everybody as well. But in my situation, I am so often like Martha. I find myself focusing on so many things that seem like good things to do, and getting so busy with those kinds of things. Like, for example, I'm spending so much time with my to-do list and getting things checked off, things that I need to do, that I forget to be in relationship with people. That's one of the things that I become like Martha in. Probably it's different for you, and so you want to think about, what are those ways that you're like Martha? And again, those things might be really good things to do, but are they the most important thing? And Jesus pointed out to Martha that the most important thing is to focus on Jesus, to focus on the things that Jesus says. Cleaning the house, getting ready for Jesus, it's a wonderful thing to do, but it's not the most important thing. Jesus says we need to focus on Him. And what are the ways that we can do that? Some of those ways are reading the Bible, going to church, being in relationship with other people and telling them about Jesus. Those are the most important thing. Other things are great, need to be done, but if they're taking us away from the most important thing, that's when we need to be careful. For example, kids, I'll just bring this up, playing video games. Nothing wrong with that. It's a great, fun thing to do. But if you find that you are spending so much time playing video games that you are not going to church, not being in relationship with other people, that should be a red flag to you, and that you're becoming more like a Martha. Parents, if you're spending so much time driving your kids to sports or watching television or even playing games on the computer yourself, that it's pulling you away from things of God, those can be little red flags that we may not be spending quite as much time with Jesus as we need to. So the challenge that I would like to issue to you for this next week is to examine your life in terms of the things that you might be doing that seem like good things to do, but that might be pulling you away from the most important thing, as Jesus told Mary and Martha, and that is to spend time with Jesus. Thank you so much.